Welcome back to HS Design Studio, where we chat about all things kitchen design. I'm sorry these videos haven't been coming out quite as often as we would like, but client work has been keeping us really busy. This week though is all about the essential features of a well-designed kitchen. I'm not giving up on the design style mini-series. This week is just a bit of a tangent. If you did miss last episode about it, we talked all things classic kitchen, and you can check it out at the link up in the top corner. So, what are the essential elements of a well-designed kitchen? Well, first and foremost, I think we have to discuss layout. When we're working with clients, nailing the layout is the first priority of every single project. When we're talking layout, it's going to affect the entire renovation project. Everything from appliance sizing, cabinet sizing, all the way down to even cabinet colors or tones. Initially, your kitchen layout is going to break itself down into zones, with the 5-zone kitchen being sort of today's gold standard. Now, I've done an entire video on that. You can check it out in the top corner. But in short, it's prep, cooking, cleaning, consumables, and non-consumables. But don't get caught up in the perfect zone. Simplify it or expand it to what suits you. For example, maybe you really want an office or a small working space in the kitchen. Well, include a desk zone into your own design. Designers, myself included, make these lists, but they're not hard and fast rules in any way whatsoever. They're more of a general guide to help you point you in the right direction and get you started on the right track. However, your kitchen also goes beyond cooking and needs to think about all of the use cases for your kitchen. Is there a way to include some seating in the space? I think this is a critical addition to kitchens nowadays because it often becomes the hangout area for families or during parties. Does the layout offer good workflow and ergonomics? You want to minimize the amount of walking as you work in the space. You will also want to ensure your dishes or glasses are stored somewhere near the dishwasher. Make sure there's adequate countertop space when you're actually looking to work. And triple check your appliance measurements, making sure to leave optimal room for the doors to open. Number 2 on my list is lighting. Now, I don't care how fancy or beautiful or expensive your kitchen renovation was. If it has poor lighting, you're never going to enjoy that space, and neither will people coming into it. Lighting should be approached from a layered format. And again, I've gone into an entire video on this before, so you can check it out, link up in that top corner. I'm gonna be doing that a lot in this video, referencing deeper dives into certain topics. But with lighting, you really want to approach it from that layered perspective. Like I said, you'll have a general or overall lighting to the space, you'll have task lighting, and even including some accent lighting can really benefit the overall area. Even better is if you can create different layers of task and accent lighting that can be applied in different ways depending on how you're using the space. Ceiling lights, disc lights, recessed lights, pot lights, whatever you call them, form layer 1, general lighting for the kitchen. Add in pendants, wall sconces, under cabinet lights, or in cabinet lights to start creating task and accent lighting, as well as a layered setup. Adding dimmers where possible is also a great idea to give you complete control. This moves us into our work surfaces, where we're looking for practical, durable, and beautiful countertops. Likely in that order too. Your countertops are going to have a major impact on the overall style and aesthetic of your kitchen, but they need to be practical. For example, there's no point in choosing a higher maintenance material like marble if you have no intention of doing that maintenance. Countertop choice often comes down to budget, maintenance or lack thereof, and then the aesthetic design that fits into the space. Now, you also want to find something that's practical and going to fit in with your daily lifestyle. Now, thankfully, most of the countertop material choices that are out there nowadays can hold up to that wear and tear that we throw at our kitchens on a regular basis. Now, if you're looking for more of an in-depth guide or help in making the decision process for what countertop material might suit you better, we have an entire video series dedicated to that, and I will throw a link to that playlist down below. At number 4, I have appliances that work for you and your space. Your appliances are going to become one of the workhorses of your kitchen, and not only do they need to fit in the actual space, they need to fit in your everyday workflow. For example, you may want a beautiful 48-inch French style range in your kitchen, but if it comes at the cost of proper working space around it, then it isn't going to help you in the long run. The same can be said about double wall ovens. Ask yourself if you actually need 2 ovens on a regular or semi-regular basis. If not, the extra pantry space might be of more benefit. It's easy to sit on Pinterest or Houzz and look for inspiration and look at photos of other kitchens. But as one viewer commented on a past video, you don't see many small kitchens on these top 10 lists. So be realistic about what can fit and what will work for your particular space. Last but not least, consider the energy efficiency of the appliances you're choosing. In Canada, we have the EnerGuide label that's found on the front of every single appliance out there. In the US, you have the Energy Star label. Moving along, I have quality fixtures and hardware. Now, I've talked about this before, but I think it needs to be added to this particular list because I think hardware or fixtures are a great place to splurge and spend a little extra of your kitchen budget. From a functional standpoint, you will interact with your cabinet hardware, whether it's knobs or handles, dozens of times a day. And the same goes with your kitchen faucet. So a little bit of a story here. When I first moved out on my own, I had a really crappy faucet in my condo rental. So I quickly flipped it out for a relatively inexpensive Moen faucet that was just functionally a whole lot better. I kept the original and put it back on when I moved out a few years later, taking my Moen with me. Now, on the other hand, my wife and I renovated our kitchen here and we found this really nice industrial faucet that we loved the look of, but maybe didn't think too much about the practicality or the functionality of it. Well, we lived with that faucet for several years, knowing that, we really didn't love the function, but we kind of said we paid a lot for it and it looked nice, so we kept it there. Well, the day we finally swapped it out for something a lot more functional made us question why we really didn't do it a whole lot sooner. From an aesthetic standpoint, cabinet hardware can dress up even the most basic cabinet. It also plays an essential role in crafting the design style of the kitchen. The same goes for your faucet. A beautiful faucet can become a focal point of your kitchen, making even the most basic stainless undermount sink nearly disappear. At number 6 is something I don't think we talk about nearly enough when it comes to kitchen design, and that is proper durable flooring. The kitchen is a high traffic area and the floor is going to have a lot thrown at it and it needs to keep up with daily abuse. Now there are a ton of options when it comes to flooring, from tile, whether it's ceramic or porcelain, natural stone, maybe concrete, you could have vinyl, even hardwood. Just be sure with that latter option that it is sealed in some sort of manner to protect it from water or spills in the kitchen. Now if you're working with a older renovation or an older home where your kitchen maybe isn't in that open concept flooring style, don't be afraid to mix up your flooring from one room to the next. We just worked with a client who wanted a patterned gray and white floor in her kitchen to add some character to her classic space. But after some discussion, we determined tiling wasn't going to be possible. There's a whole list of reasons for that. She ended up finding a funky square vinyl tile that could achieve the look she was after, and because her home is not completely open concept, there were easy transition zones to change the flooring color and style. Today's norm though is open concept living with continuous flooring throughout the space. So make sure whatever flooring you're choosing for that kitchen not only holds up to that daily abuse of your kitchen space, but is going to look good in the rest of your home as well. I'm going to end today's list with a distinct style and aesthetic. Now I think this is rather fitting because of the mini series that we're diving into of all the different kitchen styles out there right now. While you are thinking about and planning all of the elements we just discussed, you should also plan on how they are going to complement one another, each helping to create a specific aesthetic. Try to avoid too many competing colors or textures, especially from different styles, as this can easily turn a kitchen into a messy or cluttered looking space. This is where a kitchen designer can be a huge help. So, a little pitch for you. Our mission with our studio is to bring our clients' vision to life. Everything from layout to the complete aesthetic of the overall project. Now, many clients have a vision or inspiration or ideas about what they're after, but they're unsure how to bring it all together. Now, maybe you're thinking about working with a designer, or maybe you don't even know what it might entail. Maybe you're not sure about the cost or time if it's worth it for your particular project. So I encourage you to reach out, book a free discovery call with us. I'd love to chat with you about your project and how we might be of help. On another note, thanks a ton for watching this week's video, and until next time, bye-bye.